What if I told you that on a rainy night in Barcelona, one team didn't just win, they humiliated their greatest rival, a night where the world watched Lionel Messi, Xavi and Iniesta dancing around a helpless Real Madrid side. A match so dominant that even 10 years later fans still talk about it and everybody remembers that game. This wasn't just any win, it was Una Manita. The build-up to that game was crazy. Jose Mourinho was back in Barcelona, but this time not as some side character. No, this was Jose as the main man in charge of Real Madrid. The special one. The guy who had just made history with Inter Milan by winning the treble for Inter, the first in Italy's history. So, of course, the tension was sky high. Earlier that same year, his Inter Milan side has knocked Barcelona out of the Champions League in a dramatic semi-final, in typical Mourinho fashion. He didn't hold back when celebrating that win, charging across the Camp Nou pitch, finger pointing towards the Inter supporters. Victor Valdés, Barcelona's goalkeeper, had tried to stop him, but Mourinho was having none of it. So when he moved to Madrid that summer, the hype was unreal. Mourinho was seen as the one who could finally break Barcelona's dominance, and it all started well for him. Real Madrid was flying. Mourinho had led them to their best start ever in La Liga. They came into the Clasico sitting pretty at the top of the table, 1 point ahead of Barcelona. The build-up was massive. Two giants going head-to-head. Pep Guardiola's unstoppable Barca versus Jose Mourinho's unbeatable Madrid. Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. It was the night everyone was waiting for. November 29, 2010. The first warning came in the 5th minute. Barca won a corner. Xavi whipped it in, and after a bit of pinball, the ball landed at Messi's feet. He chipped it beautifully over everyone, but it hit the post. Close, but no cigar. Yet, it was a signal of what was coming. Right from the start, Real Madrid had a glaring issue. Ronaldo wasn't defending. It was clear that Mourinho's game plan was for him to stay forward, ready to strike on the counter. In theory, that wasn't a bad idea, especially with Barcelona's fullback Abidal playing less offensively. If Madrid could win the ball in midfield, Ronaldo would be in prime position to exploit the space. The only problem? Those ball recoveries barely happened. Just 10 minutes in, the first goal came, perfectly illustrating Madrid's tactical collapse. Messi drifted into space, pulling defenders with him. Xavi, always finding the gaps, slipped between 4 Madrid players. On the left, Iniesta, Pedro and Villa were causing chaos. Pedro's movement pulled Pepe out of position, and the ball found Iniesta, who, with his unparalleled vision, threaded a pass to Xavi. Completely unmarked, Xavi calmly chipped Casillas for the opener. It was only the beginning. Then came the second. In the 17th minute, Barcelona's passing game hit another gear. Barca started on the right with Pedro, who passed it centrally to Xavi. The ball was worked quickly to Iniesta, who found space between Pepe and Ramos. With Ramos worried about a ball over the top, Villa slipped into a perfect one-on-one position. A quick shift to the left, Pedro was there again to finish, catching Marcelo off guard. 21 passes in just 48 seconds, Barcelona were in total control and the Madrid defense looked like they were falling apart. This wasn't just Mourinho's plan, the special one. The master of defense could only watch as his team was torn to pieces. It wasn't like his Inter Milan side, where they held strong despite Barca's pressure in the previous season. No, this was different. Every time Barcelona attacked, it looked like they would score. Madrid just had no answer. The halftime whistle blew with a 2-0 lead for Barcelona, and Real Madrid was shell-shocked. Madrid's midfield of Di Maria, Alonso, Khedira and Özil struggled to generate any turnovers. Barcelona's control of possession was incredible. Di Maria had his hands full with Dani Alves, who constantly pushed up the pitch, leaving gaps in Madrid's midfield. And with Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta and Messi dominating the center, Madrid barely saw the ball. That's likely why Mourinho subbed off Özil for Diarra at halftime, seeking more defensive solidity. The second half, well, that's when things really fell apart for Madrid. One of the most terrifying things about this Barca side was how quickly they regained possession after losing it. Their short passing not only tore Madrid apart, but also positioned them perfectly to press high as soon as they lost the ball. Busquets, always a step ahead, any attempts Ronaldo or Benzema made to break free. When Madrid did manage to escape the press, it was usually by playing backwards. They posed no real threat to Barca's goal. 9 minutes after the break, it was Messi again, causing danger. He skipped past Xabi Alonso and played an inch-perfect pass to David Villa, who finished with style. 3-0 to Barcelona, and Madrid were crumbling. You would think that would be enough, but just 3 minutes later, Messi was at it again. This time he dribbled past multiple Madrid players before slipping a precise pass through for Villa again. Without needing any touch, Villa flicked it past Casillas. At that point, the match had turned into a nightmare for Real Madrid. 4-0. Game over. There was still half an hour left, but the result was already sealed. The Camp Nou crowd was loving it. They started chanting, teasing Mourinho, reminding him of the time he had accused Messi of diving back in 2006. This was payback time, and everyone in the stadium knew it. Mourinho, who had once been embraced by the Barcelona faithful as Bobby Robson's assistant, was now helpless, watching his team being dismantled in front of 98,000 fans. His side, usually so defensively solid, was being torn apart by the same team he had celebrated against just months before with Inter Milan. But the humiliation wasn't over yet. With just seconds left in stoppage time, Barcelona grabbed the goal they had been craving. The fifth, the Manita, the hand. And the best part, it wasn't Messi or Villa or Xavi. It was a 22-year-old Jefferson Suarez, a kid from Barcelona's youth team, who scored the final goal of the night. The crowd went wild. And as you would think 5-0 wasn't enough yet, it did get worse for Madrid, as they ended the game with 10 men after Sergio Ramos lost his cool, chopping down Messi and sparkling a brawl. Ramos saw red, and it was a perfect symbol of how the night had gone for Mourinho's men. Messi, though on the receiving end of the aggression, got back up and walked off the pitch with a calm, collected demeanor. As he made his way to the touchline, he gave a cool glance around the stadium and walked past his rival, Cristiano Ronaldo, who could only watch in disbelief. Final score: Barcelona 5, Real Madrid 0. Una Manita. Surprisingly, Lionel Messi didn't score. After the match, Mourinho was unusually humble. One team played at the highest level, the other very poorly. We gave Barca 2 goals on the verge of ridicule. It wasn't a humiliation, but the worst defeat of my career. That night, the special one learned that even he couldn't stop this Barcelona side. They were just too good. When it's said that Barcelona won the night by playing their way, it's not just about their on-field style. It's also about the deep-rooted club culture, especially their commitment to developing talent through their academy, La Masia, and their tiki-taka play. The team in the 5-0 win featured 8 home ground players, and if you count the substitutes, they were 10 in total. According to Transfermarkt, their starting 11 and substitutes cost Barcelona just 107.8 million in transfer fees. In stark contrast, Real Madrid's squad had a price tag of $357.3 million, which soared to $385.8 million with the substitutes included. Cristiano Ronaldo alone had cost more than the Barcelona's entire team. Fast forward to today, and Barcelona's fortunes have shifted dramatically. The team suffered a crushing 8-2 defeat to Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarterfinals, were eliminated in the group stage and played in the Europa League. Meanwhile, Real Madrid had won 2 Champions Leagues in 3 years. Will Barcelona rise again? With Hansi Flick now at the helm, only time will tell. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated with all our latest videos. See you in the next time, and don't forget, Visca el Barça.